Welcome to NFL Primetime, presented by Jameson. Must be a Jameson. Please drink responsibly.
Oh, what a perfect sponsor for the temperatures at Arrowhead. Welcome, everybody, to NFL Primetime Saturday Wildcard Edition. Chris Berman, Booger McFarland back from the college football battles. Welcome in time for the playoffs. Now we really get started.
Boom, it's good to be here. You put one season to bed and now another one cranks up where it's win or go home.
Right, and the players know what's going on no matter what the temperature, and we've never seen temperatures like this at Arrowhead, that's for sure. So the defending Super Bowl champs, hasn't been the season that they or many expected. The Kansas City Chiefs 5-5 down the stretch. But here they are, the third seed at home against a team from southern Florida, Miami Dolphins, who scored 70 points early this season. But this would be some tough sledding, no pun intended, on the frozen tundra of Arrowhead Stadium. The coldest game ever at Arrowhead, fourth coldest ever in the NFL playoffs, 4 below kickoff, wind chill minus 27. Pat Mahomes. Tyreek Hill back to where he started, and you knew Taylor was there. Upstairs where it's warm, Patrick Mahomes said, warmth? Oh, we can get Travis Kelce open again.
Good to get him going early, boom, get him a touch, get him settled in.
On 3rd and 10, that was 11 yards. Isaiah Pacheco, how hard does he run? He runs like twice the size that he really is.
He runs like he's mad at the ground, boom.
He runs angry, and Rashee Rice, this rookie has made a difference. We'll talk about it later. Obviously, in this game, there's a touchdown, and it's 7-0 the Chiefs.
A lot of man-to-man coverage from defensive coordinator Vic Fangio. So what do? You run crossing routes, Mahomes to Rice, touchdown.
So here come the Dolphins on 3rd and inches. Devon Achane gets the first down, but a flag on the play. Illegal formation, Mike McDaniel. He's trying to diagram stuff in temperatures nobody should live in. Tua picked off by Mike Edwards. Boy, the Kansas City defense, all 3 levels, was on it tonight.
Without a doubt, and they were on Tua all night long. Tua just missed that throw.
Next drive, here's Mahomes. Look at the time, look at the pocket, and look at the catch again for their second-round draft pick, Rashee Rice. Every week, you see him coming and breaking a few tackles and moving it forward. And then Mahomes to Kelce. Oh, he was so not used to last month to being open, I guess
And boom, we're starting to see this once or twice a game from Kelce. He's got to be more dependable for Mahomes.
I'll tell you who's dependable. Harrison Butker kicked the field goal. 10-0 Kansas City. Now Miami, 2nd and 1. Tua, good time. Tyreek, meep. I don't know if the Roadrunner is. Yes, he can. Andy Reid knows, hey, when he was here, he was our most sure-footed player when the temperature on the field and was slick, and he showed it right here.
Just a really good job of Tyreek adjusting through the underthrown ball, catches a touchdown, and gives the ball to the wife.
Now 10-7. Mahomes, Rice, to Kelce. 22 yards. I know who it is. I just got ahead of myself. 22 yards. Now here come the Chiefs. Another. Now this time, he just feels it. Look at Mahomes not only get a first down, but make it a huge play. 28 yards as 4th and 4, a 28-yard scramble.
He does it every playoff run, those magical scrambles.
2 plays later, the screen to Rice. He's in the end zone again for a touchdown, but wait a minute. Illegal block, Jawan Taylor, 74.
And that's a really good call. Taylor, the most penalized player in the National Football League. He's got to be better in the playoffs.
So instead of a touchdown, they get a field goal at 13-7. Tua dropping back. Nice defense there by McDuffie. Fired up. Tyreek, not so much. I was hoping to get open. It's cold. Next Chiefs drop, 3rd and 3. Mahomes, lob. Meet Cole Hardman, but he never. Well, there's a reason he didn't get on track.
And yeah, really good call. The speed of Mecole Hardman threatened the DB, and he just reached out and grabbed him.
Well, no whistle despite it, though. No, not happy. They didn't get the call. So now Mahomes, Rice, we're going to do this. 3rd and 10, we're going to get 39 yards and set up a field goal. That combination, tremendous on this day. Harrison Butker had a 6 field goal game this year. And now, 16-7, he's got 3 in this game. At the half, 3rd quarter. Oh, yeah. Well, that was going to happen, right?
Is the mustache frozen?
No. Oh, is it frozen?
I mean, what are we doing here?
It's frozen. When you touch it. Mahomes to Noah Gray. Yeah, no gray area there. 20-yard pickup. First down, Mahomes. He's going to do this again. How does he do it? And that time he gets hit so often he doesn't.
He understands, Boom. Nobody wants to hit the quarterback. And then, even when you hit him, Boom, the helmet breaks and pops off. Look at that, Boom. That's football.
That's that football. That's the headless horse. That's the Ichabod Crane. Meanwhile, Tua dropped back. You know, a big game, number 56. Furious George Karlaftis, the second-year man from Purdue. Miami forced to punt. Fourth quarter, Mahomes, Rice, you get the picture. 28 yards, Rice caught 8 for 130, the rookie. 3rd and 20. You're going to get rid of it, but Christian Wilkins had a great year, 94, and Coach McDaniels cannot believe it. Roughing the passer.
A little bit of an acting job there, Boom, but you can't touch. There's no need to touch the quarterback.
Well, and now that they get to keep the drive going to try to salt the game away, to Clyde Edwards-Helaire, breaks a couple tackles, first down. And we said it, if they get a touchdown on this drive, it's going to be done. Pacheco, boom, boom, boom. He's in.
This is when you know the Chiefs are at their best, Boom. A little creativity in the backfield. Hadn't seen that all season. Now the Chiefs are back in the playoffs. A little creativity.
Yep, 26-7. Miami looking for a miracle. A miracle on ice, really. And Tua to Cedric Wilson, 19 yards, 3rd and 9. They could not pick up hardly any third down conversions. 3rd and 10, and this is why. Look at McDuffie, the game that he had.
This is outstanding. Plan, drive, anticipation, and a big physical hit on Tyreek.
Now 4th and 16. Boy, they were sure in tackling in almost every case. And so Miami turns it over and down. Everybody in Arrowhead having a fun.
They call it the swag search, Boom. Man, you got to do that. Swag.
Well, we're not going to do it like Taylor at any rate, or Brittany Mahomes, or Mrs. Kelsey, or, well, they were having a good time despite the temperature. Like we said, the 4th coldest NFL playoff game ever. And so the Chiefs, first time in history, they played 3 times. Dolphins have won all 3, including that very famous 1971 double overtime Christmas Day game. We remember Garrow won it with a field goal. That's ancient history. Chiefs 26, Dolphins 7. Jeff Darlington braving the elements with workhorse back Isaiah Pacheco.
Jersey! Your mouth is shivering! What does it feel like to take as many hits as you did in negative temperatures?
Oh, you gotta love it. I love it, and that's what comes with this game. You know, there's nothing that can stop this game, and you know, you've seen it here tonight. The weather, we made history, and just believing and understanding what it takes, and that's a team.
But in all seriousness, it did take a lot of willpower for this team to come out here in these type of conditions. What did you think about this offensive performance?
It was great, and it starts with up front. They came out here from the first start of the play with that determined mindset. Let's drive down the field and get vertical, and that's what we did.
You have made your name in the NFL as being a workhorse back. Can you take this team all the way through the playoffs doing exactly that?
Absolutely. It starts with practice, though. So this week, practice is key, and we're going to lead over to it.
Isaiah, congrats on the win.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Sucks, brother. I mean, losing sucks in general. So it doesn't feel good. I'll tell you that. We didn't come together the way we wanted to offensively. It showed tonight. And, you know, as the leader of that offense, I mean, it really started with practices. So, you know, that's how we should have got things going, was in practice, with the communication, with knowing where we should be going in this loud environment. And then those miscues lead to delay of games. Those miscues lead to, okay, we can't change the protection. We don't have enough time, things like that. So it was just communication errors.
Honolulu, Miami, below 0. We'll talk about the Dolphins in a moment. Kansas City Chiefs, look, who knew that all year, defense really, I mean, look, Patrick Mahomes is him. They got about 400 yards, almost doubled Miami. Miami was in the low 200s.
Yeah.
Defense calling card of the Chiefs, both sides of the line carried the day. They played like Super Bowl champs in spite of the condition. Don't you agree?
Boom. I completely agree. Think about this. The Chiefs in their heyday, it was Mahomes, Kelsey, Tyreek Hill. Then Hill left, it was Mahomes and Kelsey. Well, this year, it's been defense, Mahomes, Rashee Rice,
right,
and then Kelsey mixed in. And that's what we saw tonight. So tonight was a microcosm of their season. Defense was outstanding. Mahomes to Rice, up and down the field, boom. He was the go-to guy. They designed the offense to go to Rice. When Vic Fangio, the defensive coordinator, was going to play some man coverage, a lot of crossing routes. When there was zone, he sat down, and Mahomes was looking to him. I think he now has taken over as the number one weapon on this offense.
Well, he has. Of course, Patrick just knowing when to run and everything else. But they were waiting all year for he's pretty sure-handed. We saw that.
Correct. Yes.
But by having a big receiver, now they can't double, triple. They can some. Kelsey, and Miami wasn't banging him off the line like some of the teams were in December to the Chiefs. Rice opens up other things. So to your point, I tell you who else opens up other things. Why don't we mention the interior three?
Yes.
Creed Humphrey, the center.
Yes.
Joe Tooney, the guard. Jay Smith, the guard.
Yeah.
Running up the middle. They kind of blasted Miami out of there.
We've talked about the two tackles all year long, the much maligned tackles. Yeah. And so we've kind of minimized their interior three. They control the line of scrimmage. Pacheco, boom. 24 carries, 89 tough yards. He runs like he's mad at the ground. The physicality. He's not a big guy, but he sets the tone for this team, and you see why he took over the number one running back. Tooney, Smith, Creed Humphrey, dominating inside, and they faced a really good defensive tackle in Christian Wilkins. So when you talk about December and January football, the weather's going to be bad. You got to be physical. Who would have thought years ago that this Chiefs team would be dominating the offensive line? The defensive line. George Karlaftis was outstanding, double-digit sacks. Chris Jones. And so you now see a team that we worried about all season long, but now look what they can do. They can play lights-out defense. They can run the football. They got a number one wide receiver. And, oh, by the way, they got the best quarterback in the league.
Well, and it played a clean game.
Yes.
Let's start with that. The tackling, sure tackling in conditions like that.
Yes.
Every now and then you would play there with Tampa at Green Bay, but isn't it much harder to wrap up? But yet it seems that they did anyway.
It's tough to tackle when it's that cold, Boom, because anything you hit on your body hurts. We saw Mahomes he got hit and the helmet exploded.
Right, that's unbelievable.
So imagine what your body feels like when it's negative degrees outside and you're hitting somebody. Adrenaline only takes you so far, but at some point you got to have a mindset and a will to go be physical. And you saw McDuffie, you saw the DBs, you saw everybody come up, and they were being physical. This was a championship-level effort mentally and physically from the Chiefs.
Miami, look, this was going to be a tough spot once you knew what the weather was and it wasn't going to be even 30 degrees or something like that. The only thing I'll say on them, because they're on the come. They lost that Buffalo last year. They lost at Kansas City. It's cold, etc. They're as good as they are offensively, and they are. I don't know that they're really a team built to come from behind. I'm not talking about 20 behind. Okay, not too many are. They just, that's missing as good as they are offensively, and in defense of them, so many of their key defensive players were out. They won't use that as an excuse, but that'll be obvious. But I just don't know, because we've seen them with teams, we're down by 7 or 10, and it just doesn't work.
Well, it doesn't happen, and to your point, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention 11 starters, 6 of them wasn't in the game. It's really tough to win in the National Football League when you're losing the type of weaponry that they didn't have tonight. But to your point, offensively, you heard Tua mention it, the attention to detail at practice during the week. When I hear a starting quarterback mention attention to detail at practice, my antennas go up. That means everybody's not on the same page. We're not communicating. And to me, that's unheard of when you go into a playoff game. That's inexcusable. And so the head coach, Mike McDaniel, Tua Tagovailoa, they've got to come back and figure out, Tua, he's going to want a new contract this offseason. Does this style of offense work when it gets cold? Can we run the football effectively enough in Buffalo, in Kansas City, in Cincinnati, and whenever we get into these cold environments, can we do what we normally do in Miami? I think that's a question they have to ask themselves this offseason.
Who knew that 95 or 96-yard punt return by Hardy in the Buffalo game in the second, that, in the end, sealed it. Miami wasn't at home, and there you go. Plus, more guys got hurt in the game. It just, it kind of, in retrospect, that return by Buffalo got them the division, and Miami got a trip to Kansas City. You saw what happened. They had a good season, but Kansas City, 3 seed, they're not worried about playing road games.
They don't care. No.
No, it's time for them to try that.
Because, after all, he's never played a playoff game away from Arrowhead Stadium.
That's right. guess what? It may be coming. It may be coming. We'll see. Meanwhile, talk about a team that's never played. I mean, the Houston Texans, my goodness, they always play the 4:30 Saturday game. They just do. But they've won a lot of them.
Yeah.
And into town comes Joe Flacco, almost 39 in a couple of days, and 22-year-old C.J. Stroud. Houston so much poised last week in the essential playoff win over Indianapolis. Did we say poise? How about in play calling and throwing out of the gates to Nico Collins? What a year he's had, down to the 5. And then 3rd and goal from the 2. But Cleveland going to play a little defense at the top-ranked defense yard-wise in football. Greg Newsome breaks up the pass to Robert Woods.
Yeah, I really did love the play call. It's kind of a sprint out. I would have loved a different formation and maybe get a pick, but either way, good defense by the Browns.
Houston leads 3-0. Joe Flacco still got the arm. 16th playoff game. David Njoku, 45 yards. So is more Flacco magic. The fourth of 5 starting quarterbacks this year for Cleveland. 45-yard game. Flacco. He can move still.
Yeah.
And there's nobody there. There's Amari. It's a first down. And Cooper's slow to get up. But those guys torched Houston a month ago in a game Stroud didn't play. Kareem Hunt is in. And first 4 playoff games, he's got a touchdown. Browns lead 7-3.
And early on, it was going according to script. Cleveland playing defense, Cleveland being physical.
Well, how about Devin Singletary? How about the speed and the slashing and explosion by Singletary and eventually all of the Houston offense, because they were big play after big play. Stroud to John Mechie, the 3rd for a first down. Red zone, 2nd and 6. Ooh, that looked good as soon as he threw it. The screen, if you will, to Nico Collins with the blockers, touchdown.
Unbelievable play call, Boom. Fake the toss to the right, throw the screen to the left, easy walk in.
Well, Bobby Slowick, offensive coordinator, they had it going. But Flacco, Harrison Bryant, it's going to be one of these games, huh?
Little shootout. Yeah.
Well, it's in Texas. I mean, what the heck?
There you go.
At the end of the first quarter, same drive now. Watch Joe here on 2nd and 4. What? Let me flip it over here to Hunt. Hey, Cleveland hunting back 14-10.
Really good play design there by Kevin Stefanski. Drop back, little shovel screen, Kareem Hunt. Boom, how many push-ups can you do?
Not as many as him.
Okay.
First play of the Texan drive, Stroud. Little flip to Brevin Jordan. No tackling, and he could go all the way. How many explosives did Houston's offense have?
And the speed showed on that play as he pulled away from the Cleveland defender, Boom. He needs oxygen, too.
Texans leading, I would after all the push-ups, 17-14. Now, quick zip, Stroud, Collins, 12 yards, first down. Cleveland, the defense, they just never teed off. They never got it going. And then Stroud. This looks good. Wing. He threw that like 40 yards, just flat-footed. He knows something. Dalton Schultz. Touchdown.
Unbelievable play call by the offensive coordinator, Bobby Slowick. Little half roll to the right, throw back to the left out of the Kyle Shanahan tree, Boom. Love the play design.
24-14 at the half. Same score early 3rd. Cleveland, they get it going. Cleveland had the ball for like 10 more minutes
they
than
did.
Houston, so if you looked at it, you figure, well, they were in control. Well, for a while, 16 yards. And then 2nd and 16, midfield. Flacco, David Bell, ding dong, first down. But, next play from the 34, it all came crashing down, literally. Flacco hit, throws, wobbler, Steven Nelson picks it off. And those defensive players want to block. He's got 5 blockers. Forget about it. Gone. Pick 6. Playoffs in. After Barnett hits him on the throw.
Boom. I think Flacco was throwing his football away, but here's the most impressive thing. Look at all the Texans teammates blocking as he goes down the field. That's teamwork, Boom. It's not just about you, it's about the entire defense.
They didn't really get to even hit anybody. Don't you love that?
They just wanted to be there.
31-14, Kevin Stefanski. Now we need a miracle. This is not what we thought. Christian Harris, who had a huge game. Another pick 6. First since Super Bowl 37, Rich Gannon against Tampa Bay.
Hey.
Were you on that squad?
Yeah, I was on that squad. Simple zone coverage, boom. And at this point, Joe Flacco wishes he was back walking the dog.
Well, he tried, but Houston, and then here they bring in extra people. Harris had tackles for losses, sacks, pick six. I think 8 tackles.
Yeah, he was all over the field. Nice play design there, blitz up the middle, unblocked defender. Christian Harris was everywhere. Louisiana product there, boom.
There you go. I knew you loved it. 38-14. We got to mention your Super Bowl. Stroud hits Woods 11 yards. 16 of 21 for 274. That would be economical.
Efficient.
Singletary. Cleveland. This defense on the road was different. You figured, at the playoffs they're gonna. No, Houston had all of the answers.
Yes.
And Cleveland had DeMeco Ryans, Kevin Stefanski, 2 of the guys who did the best jobs coaching. Stefanski, Flacco was his 4th quarterback, and to even get in with something. And Cleveland rarely in the playoffs, as you well know. And the Houston Texans, playing with poise, playing with confidence, and playing with aplomb. And we should give you this. So rookie coach DeMeco Ryans, rookie quarterback C.J. Stroud. Only the 4th time rookie head coach and quarterback have won a playoff game out of the gates. Rex Ryan with the Jets and Mark Sanchez in 2009. Interesting because Joe Flacco saw his life flash before his eyes, right? He did it as a rookie with the Ravens with John Harbaugh, and now we see Stroud do it. And then I got to put Bob Waterfield. These are Cleveland. Listen to this. Another day wasn't great for you. These are the Cleveland Rams. Final game they ever played at Cleveland at Municipal Stadium before they went out to the LA Rams. And Bob Waterfield and Adam Walsh did it. C.J. Stroud and Texans in the record book.
We're all holding each other to a certain standard. And like I said before, I'm really excited to be with my brothers again for another week, because, who knows, next year it's not going to be the same team. So that's just kind of how the league goes. But we got another week to go prove ourselves right and try to win a game.
Our team is confident. We were confident coming in. You have to be confident in these moments, right? We're not shying away from that. We're a confident team. We believe in each other. We know we have a special group of men in the locker room, and that's what it's all about.
What does this moment, this win feel like?
It's huge, man. Man. Woo! It's huge, bro. Huge feeling, man. I can't really put it into words right now. I'm so emotional. I got a lot going on, man, but huge win, man. I'm ready to get back to work.
Why do you scream like that? Where does that come from?
Man, I'm just hyped, man. This team, bro, we got a lot of faith. We have a lot of camaraderie and trust in each other. Like, the bond with this team is unbelievable, man. I'm so proud to be a Houston Texan.
This is the most painful loss I've had in my career. Absolutely. And this is something I'll use every day until we get back to this point next year where we're going to the playoffs and we're making another run again.
That's a somber locker room because you work so hard. And for it to end this way, it's really, really tough. Having said that, we're going to own it. We're going to accept the blame, and we're going to give credit to them.
There's going to be a winner. There's going to be a loser. And, you have to learn how to deal with it when you're not the guy. And, like I said, everybody's, it was a close group, so you can imagine how they're taking it. But, they're going to hold their heads high because I know who they are.
Well, Cleveland, hats off to them for getting in. But Houston, all right, I'm going to put it simple, and I'll let you say, we're watching the game. We were early second quarter. I went, booger. They are just younger, and they are just faster than the Cleveland Browns, especially playing on that surface. And my goodness, it got more and more impressive.
And boom, 2 areas that show. One is in the pass rush, because you saw guys, they got Barnett from the Eagles, and you looked at Will Anderson and Grenard coming off the edge, just rushing the passer and making Joe Flacco uncomfortable. The speed of the edge rushers against the Cleveland tackles on that turf, boom. Flacco was under siege all day. That's one area it showed, affecting the passer. The second area it showed was when Cleveland plays a lot of man-to-man coverage, and you saw Houston running a lot of crossing routes. So they don't have burners. Tank Dell is not there. He's hurt. But you saw Nico Collins and Woods. They were able to run away from the defenders, and C.J. Stroud put the football on the money time and time again. Boom. And something else I want to say. I was down in Houston this week, and I got a chance to visit with DeMeco Ryans. And he said, you remember last year when everybody said this was the worst job in football to take? I said, yeah. He said, it's amazing what happens when you come in and believe in people and you believe in guys and you tell them what they can do and what they can't. So we can talk a lot about the X's and O's and to your point about the speed of this team and about how youthful they are. But this was more about the mindset. He believes in this football team, Boom. He's got a rookie quarterback, a rookie. And he's playing like he's a top 5 quarterback in football. Why? Because Bobby Sloat, the offensive coordinator, and the head coach believe in him, and they say he can. And it's amazing the power of belief, what that'll do. Houston believes in DeMeco Ryans, and DeMeco Ryans believes in this football team, Boom. And they might be just, and I use this word loosely, they might be just dumb enough to know that they can go out and beat anybody.
Well, the poise that they showed, and we mentioned it against the Colts in the playoff game last week was, that's on the road. And this CJ Stroud's funny. They may end up playing Baltimore. We'll see.
Correct.
We don't know. It's Saturday, right? They lost to them the first game of the season in Baltimore. They're Houston. First game, Stroud. Coach John Harbaugh, I talked to him later on. He went, so how's their quarterback? He didn't even let me finish. He goes, wow. I think they have something. That was 1 week.
Yes.
They have something, don't they?
No, Boom, and the poise. Think about this. This is a playoff game, and last week was a de facto playoff game. So 2 games in a row where everything was on the line, how he plays, Boom. He delivers the football in the pocket under pressure. Regardless of what's coming at him, he throws the football down the field, and he's accurate with the football. He makes good decisions. He takes care of the football. And it doesn't matter, Boom. Look at him right there, Boom. He's getting hit. On his back, delivers a strike in rhythm where the receiver can continue running. Look at the well, Boom. It's a lot of traffic around his foot. Look at that. On the money down the sideline. And this is the one I love, Boom. Watch this. You got the defender coming right in his face. He can't step into it. Throws it down the field, puts just enough air up under it where the receiver can go out and make a catch, Boom. That's a rookie, Boom. He was in college last year.
I know.
He's making throws like that in his rookie season. That's why they're confident in Houston.
You know what, real quick, the statistics, people go, wow, Joe Flacco threw 2 pick sixes, which he did.
He did.
He was going to have to win the game by scoring 35 or 38 points. It was that. I'm not trying to put anybody off, and Cleveland won't make apologies. You heard Myles Garrett. I didn't see him all game. We know he's great, probably Defensive Player of the Year. This #1 ranked defense looked different away from home all year. I thought it would be different on this day. It wasn't.
It wasn't. Myles Garrett didn't play well. Okay, you got to give credit to the Houston Texans. Larry Tunsil, outstanding performance at left tackle. They gave him a little help, but he was outstanding because he can match Myles Garrett's athletic ability. That's #1. #2, from a defensive standpoint, Boom, it was feast or famine. They could not get after this young quarterback. They tried to play man, they tried to play zone, none of it worked, Boom. And so, this defense was a shell of itself. And to your point about Joe Flacco, 6 weeks ago, Boom, on Sundays he was walking the dog. He came off the couch to come out here, and he played the best quarterback play of the entire season for the Browns. So I know he threw 2 pick sixes, but I am not putting this game on Joe Flacco because without him, they're not here.
Right, they're not, and that's something to build on. And I think Coach Stefanski did a great job, and DeMeco, it speaks for itself. So, game balls. What do you think? Are you going to that game?
Yeah, without a doubt, Boom. I think you got to look at the Houston Texans defense. And for me, it's no other than linebacker Christian Harris. When I say it was outstanding, unreal, Boom. Up and down the field, a pick 6, a sack, 8 total tackles behind the line of scrimmage. The speed and the effort and the tenacity in which he played with, he put his imprint and his blueprint all over the football game.
Well, I'll tell you who put his blueprint. He set a Kansas City Chiefs rookie record for receiving in yards, breaking the old mark by 1971. Elmo Wright, who had one of the great end zone dances in history next to White Shoes Johnson. We're talking about Rashee Rice, 8 for 130, and the difference that he will now make. Sure-handed, big guy, opening up space for Kelsey and allowing Andy Reid and then Patrick Mahomes to do other things now that they look like they have a trusted outlet. So we now can tell you that the ESPN Bet top performers from tonight was Rashee Rice in the Colts. C.J. Stroud and Nico Collins got it going in Houston. Joe Flacco did complete 34 passes, but of course the 2 pick sixes. The ESPN Bet is the official sports book of ESPN. Download and sign up today. And as somebody once said, what a play. So, it's fun to see a new team. Houston,
Yes.
I mean, they're brand new.
Yes.
They're in the playoffs. They won a division. They're playing with points. But let's look, the lead today, we don't know how far it's going to go. But the Kansas City Chiefs, they're not back the way we know them. But anyone that thinks, yeah, they're still, be careful. You got to knock the crown off their head, and it's not going to be easy.
It's not going to be easy, Boom, and you're going to have to go through that defense before you get to Mahomes. And when you get to Mahomes, he's only the best player in football. But to your point, the Houston Texans, Boom, they're young and they don't know what they don't know. And that's dangerous, especially when you're playing anybody in football and they got a hot quarterback. A hot quarterback is like a hot goalie in hockey. They can take you a long ways, Boom.
You know, and I'm old and I don't know what I don't know. So, I mean, it's not the worst thing because I know that I'm sitting here with you.
Right.
You know what? The playoffs are upon us. We've got shows not only on this Saturday night, not only on Sunday night, but since there are 2 games on Monday, hey, a special Monday night wild card edition of NFL Primetime. You're going to be sick of us by the end of the week.
They're going to pay us extra for Monday?
I didn't get to that yet.
Okay, we need to figure it out.
All right, case of Jameson, all right? Is that good enough for you?
That'll work.
Okay, we're looking at it. So we're going to see, look, playoffs are upon us. 2 more games on Sunday, 2 more games on Monday for us to talk about possible matchups. It would be goofy, so we'll wait like everybody else and see who wins, who loses. The champs still rolling. For Booger, I'm Boomer. Thanks for watching Wild Card Saturday on NFL Prime Time.